Yo, what's going on? What's good, everyone? It's Andy's Crypto Talk in the house, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Citadel. I want to do a little bit of an update video because we do have some new things in development and some updates that I wanted to go over, as well as I wanted to, of course, cop a little bit of clout for the calls that I made about Citadel in my last video. So hang on tight, and by the end of this video, hopefully we'll have all of you understand the differences between the two tokens inside of the Citadel ecosystem. Alright guys, so first off, let's listen to this little clip that was on an X Spaces 2 days ago with Degen, Tay, Tony P, Pigman Tony P, and Jakey, all in a Spaces together. 4.7k tuned into this. You guys don't realize how small of an audience is actually paying attention to this yet. They have not all grasped it. You are still early to this potentially amazing meta, which we already know is going to be a massive gainer. Even if it's not its own little meta, it's definitely part of AI meta, and we can see the AI meta has really started to explode here. I will show you one quick tweet that I just made recently here. I stole this one from, oh, it looks like the post actually got deleted. Frank D. Gods got rid of the post. So, needless to say, I think I saved the image, and it is inside of the Citadel community chat. I did post it in here. So let's just do a quick scrolling and see if I can find it. There it is. And we can see here that AI is just in its infancy and really starting to cook. And alongside the meme, DeFi, GameFi, Layer 2, stablecoin, all these different narratives, AI is really starting to cook. So let's get to that clip. This is, in a nutshell, for people joining the ecosystem, we wanted to kind of summarize this in like a 1, 2, 3, how you get involved, how you get started, and how you develop yourself inside of this amazing ecosystem that Citadel provides us. So let's just listen to Degen here for a quick second, and then I'll go through some more material with you guys.
And I get people in the Telegram and on the Spaces all the time asking, like, what's the difference? This morning, Late Dev said it better than I guess anyone else has, including me. To get exposure to different investments is kind of like what the DAO is. And it's like similar to MicroStrategy. When you buy that, you're getting exposure to what they do and their Bitcoin holdings, instead of just buying Bitcoin, which is like the token that launched off a pump fund, which I didn't have anything to do with the launch. So that was well put, and you definitely get the benefit of the returns on the investments that we're making. When I committed half of the funds raised to Griffin projects. So we bought a bunch of Griffin, NAI, and the Citadel original token. The rest I haven't touched because I'm committed to letting Griffin have control over that through the analysis aspect, and then a smaller portion dedicated to the agents, Sniper and Agent Flipper, and whichever other ones may end up coming out. So
I think that is a really good assessment of what it means to purchase the Citadel Hedge Fund token. So we see here there's Citadel HF. This token is on DAOs.fun. DAOs.fun is the same place that you see AI16Z, which has reached over 2.2 billion now, and many other, including the late DAO. All these different DAOs use DAOs.fund for fundraising, which the hedge fund for Citadel created one to fundraise. And as we can see, this token's value has reached $2.6 million market cap, starting at about 100K with a 420 SOL pre-sale. Now we can see a lot of that Solana is still sitting in the wallet here, and some of that Solana, like DGen just told you, was used to purchase Citadel, Griffin, and then we got some donations. We, I think, got an allocation to Panda DAO, Late DAO, Big, NAI. There's lots of these projects that we've gotten either donations or gotten allocations into their DAO launch. So if you want kind of like access to a pool of assets that, how it works, and I was explained this recently, that once this DAO dissolves, which it goes, and we can see the fund expires on December 24th, 2025, right? So in about a year, it will dissolve, and this value will then get transferred to you in SOL alongside the net asset value. So currently right now, say if you held like 100,000 Citadel HF, you would get, however much that would be in value in the market cap, but you would also get a percentage of this net asset value. Now you guys can understand how once the AI is trading for us, this net asset value could increase significantly. And if it does look something like AI16Z, you see this net asset value is massive. So you're getting a percentage of that as well when this dissolves. Regardless, that's kind of a good explainer of what's going on the DAO fund side. Now, when you get involved in the community, you can just buy the token. If the DAO fund part is just a little confusing to you and you just want to ape in and degen into something, you can just buy this OG token. It's on DEX. It's got 674K liquidity. You just search it up. You'll find it under Griffain New Hedge Fund, and you can take the contract address right here, go into your favorite DEX, or even into just Phantom Wallet, paste that in there, or search in Citadel, make sure it's the same address, and you can just buy the OG token. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just suggesting that if that's something that you're interested in, this is the best way to get started. You can buy some of the OG token, and then you can research a little bit more into the hedge fund and how that works. That having been said, I would recommend anybody getting into this doing a 50-50 split, because you never know. These two, I think, will have a flywheel effect on each other, and they can pump each other's price. Alternatively, considering the DAO itself can buy Citadel token. So the OG token, as this net asset value goes up, we could see more Citadel getting purchased, and essentially it's getting locked up out of the supply of Citadel. So what does that do to Citadel OG price? That means that this one's price will go up just by the tokens being locked. Now, there's a couple more video clips that I want to show you guys that I have saved in here. And let's just go quickly, because I gotta grab this clout. I even showed this call out in my group as last time we were up into this sort of 10 mil range, and I said, look at this, interesting, and then boom, it popped up out of that inverted head and shoulders, right? So definitely showing some good signs here I was showing this, the volume's going up. Good things to see inside of this. So last time we talked was here January 1st, about 5 days ago. Since then, there have been quite a few updates.
You can buy the original Citadel token, and that's kind of like buying BlackRock stock. But then when you buy one of their ETFs, you're getting exposure to everything that they're investing in, and that's what the DAO token is. The DAO token is our like ETF hedge fund token. The original token is like buying a share of the stock.
There's a really good summary from the man, the doxed legend. Look at this guy. So this is the Chad. That's Degen. There's Jakey. We all know Jakey on Sol. He's an absolute Chad. He's got a allocation in Citadail HF. So he's decided that he's just buying Citadail HF. Some people just want to buy one or the other. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. So you can decide, and you can, put your chips wherever you want to put your chips. Let's listen to another clip. So this one's actually from a a live stream for Jakey, where he brought on the Griffain CEO.
A funny part is, like, no one has pieced together the last name of, like, Griffain, and then just look at Citadel. Like, guys, just do some fucking math. It's not that hard. Then look at the contract address, guys. It's not that fucking hard. Do some math. 10 Griffain Citadel. Guys, we're gonna change the internet. We're gonna change the way people are doing things. But anyways, appreciate you, man. I know it took a little while, like maybe like a week or 2 weeks, but every time.
So 2 + 2 equals AI hedge fund. All right, guys? That's the math. That's the maths we're doing here. 2 + 2 equals AI hedge fund. Let's listen to another quick clip.
Yo, Citadel's in here, dude. The only hedge fund I want to be a part of, fuck Ken Griffin, we're flipping them. Yo, Citadel's in here, dude. The only hedge fund I want to be a part of, fuck Ken Griffin, we're flipping them.
That one was pretty quiet, but he said, F Ken Griffin, only hedge fund I want to be a part of is Citadel. And then here's a little blurb of Degen talking to Shaw, the creator of AI16Z.
Oh, you need like help with like the contract interaction stuff?
Yeah, so obviously, before I got into this, I don't know if you know too much of the background. I got thrown into this inadvertently, so I'm learning. I mean, day by day, what capabilities are and what's not possible. Just hearing some of the guys speak up here about, being able to develop things without code. I'm definitely gonna be looking into a few projects that were just mentioned here. So I appreciate you bringing everyone together. As far as integrating with what you had said, are you actually using the agents to control any of the funds on the DAO platform?
Yeah, but we had to like write our own thing. It was not trivial. I can definitely find that for you. I gotta figure out it's in our other agents. But I think we do have the Dallas Fund contract interaction for the P market trade. So I can probably find that for you and send it to you if you want.
Yeah,
It's
you
called
mind if I just
swapdao.ts. Yeah.
shoot you a DM and we can connect at some point?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And yeah, as far as
So I'm going to stop it there because you get the idea here. The whole gist of it is that he's connected to Shaw and he's saying, listen, like, Griffain right now, they're having issues because we want to make sure that we can connect the agent to the DAO's fund so it trades for the DAO's fund. And Shaw's like, yo, I got you, bro. So, I mean, what's happening here is absolutely mind-blowing. Let's hop in here because there's one more video I noticed in the pins here. And this one was one I actually recorded myself. This one is, again, Griffain's founder here, Tony P. And he's explaining to Rasmer about the Citadel hedge fund. So let me just mute myself real quick.
Yeah, shout out DGen. Super cool guy. He's been really respectful, really nice, really helpful, and sending a lot of feedback on how we can improve the product. Here's what I understand Citadel as in chat. I know you guys will fill in the blanks, but they are this is a Twitter meme, AI hedge fund. So they use Griffin.com as the quant in order to manage their buys and sells. And I'm not actually sure on the market cap or assets under management, but from the last that I saw, I think the market cap was like 3 mil, and then assets under management was getting upwards towards the 7-figure mark. So, that's what I mean is like it's fascinating when people will come in and say we love your tech, but then it's really fascinating when people will build something on top of it and continuously try to help you improve the underlying infrastructure. So yeah, shout out to DGen, shout out to the team.
We're getting shout outs from Griffain's founder, guys. Like, everybody that's watching this is early still. This thing's at 8.6 mil. Let's do a quick TA now. I've kept you guys for 16 minutes. I hope I've kind of explained the 1, 2, 3. You can buy the OG token you see here. You can buy the Citadel hedge fund. You can get a piece of the hedge fund. You can also provide liquidity inside the G pool, as we can see here. You can actually get some APR. Right now it's at 51%. We've seen this upwards of 1,000% at times. So this fluctuates massively because this is still in its infancy, guys. Okay, this is still early, super early. But let's do a quick TA on the Citadel token and see where we're at right now. As you can tell, I have my drawings off because I wanted you to just look at the raw chart for a minute, right? So we had this initial spike up and then a long sort of consolidation to the side. We then saw, some fairly major news catalysts type things driving the price up right near the end of the year. But we also had, an influx of price in the entire crypto markets in AI. So like I showed you guys, the AI wave really started to make moves. So, and then we had this, spike up from 1.8 million to 8 million. Then it dropped back down to this really nice inverted head and shoulders right here, we can see, and it tapped down about 2.72. From that, it ran up basically from there, a little bit sideways, but then ran up straight to a new all-time high, tagging 17.56. Of course, it did go to its previous all-time high first, did a bit of a correction. This is where I marked off that inverted head and shoulders inside of my Telegram. We can see that trend line right there. We can kind of see those peaks dropping and these bottoms coming up to this spike point right here, where we then broke out, made a new all-time high, lots of volatility back down, pushed back up, attempting to see if we can continue on this rally, but it was a little bit gassed at this point. So now we've taken this downtrend correction. Now, having seen this downtrend correction and understanding that a lot of AI did actually take a bit of a correction in this past couple days, it is healthy to see these types of moves because our holders and all. That's not actually our holders, is it? No way. Let's refresh this page because I don't think that's the actual holders. Yes. So we can see here from the last time we talked, we've added about 2,000 holders. All right. So now we got some of the charts up. We did have these order blocks we put in there from before. Tested this sort of order block. This is where we were actually on the stream with you guys. Actually, it was just peaking out up here. So we were streaming with you guys live when it was hitting this sort of roof here, and then you had a chance at entering this this dip here. It would have been a good dip to enter on to catch this last move. Now, that having been said, we got another big dip and we're right back into this order block that I talked about here, Oh, actually, I didn't talk about this order block. This is a new order block I dropped in here. It's the down move before the up move that broke market structure, and then we're coming down to retest it essentially. We can see that if we draw a fib, this is the fib from that low at about 2.7 to this high here. Oh, that's the extension. So that's the fib to there. And we can see it's tagging right on this golden sort of pocket 618 zone as well. So this is a really nice inflection point for this recent rally that we had up. This is a really good buy zone. Buy opportunity is what people will call this in the golden pocket. Now, looking at an extension to see kind of where we could expect prices to move in the future. If we draw the low to the high back down to this low here that we tagged down just recently. Now we don't know that this is for sure the low, so we might have to redraw this. You know, it might come down a little further, maybe into this pocket here. That's kind of the worst case scenario I see us kind of getting into. I honestly, I think this 618 is a pretty solid place, and within this order block that we're in right now, I think that's kind of where I see it coming down to potentially worst case scenario. Although we do see like right now, Papa Bitcoin is making a move up to 100K right now. Other AI, you know, moving up again. Things like AI16Z dropped down to about $1.75. It's back up over $2 right now. Things like Griffin, which is Big Papa Griffain, that's who's supporting us. We can see this order block that Griffain came and touched down in, and it's moving now back up. So I think this is kind of a good inflection point for both us and all AI, as well as the markets in general. Just to give you kind of a broad spectrum. Now for the target, we drew this extension for back over here, and it showed us that this was kind of the range between 14.5 and 22 was kind of the box that I was saying this is kind of our next target when we were down here, right? So I was saying this is where we're going, and we tagged up there 17.65, so kind of almost into the middle zone of that box that I marked out, right? So we can get rid of that box because it tagged it, and now we're kind of on to the next show. What's going to happen next? You know, I think so. If this is kind of our lows where we're at right now, let's get a little bit more finesse with this, just to make sure we're accurate. But I do have a box that I kind of marked out here. You can see it looks like 23 to 32 is kind of our next box target for our next move up, assuming that this ends up being the low. If it isn't, then we might have to redraw this again a little bit lower. That's coming down to about 22, still in the 20 range. Again, I think this next move myself, you can see here the 2.618 is up at 48 mil. I think this next move, if it really pushes up past 20 mil, like significantly, I think we'd be looking at 25 to 50 mil kind of sort of range. That's what I'm anticipating. Just seeing the strength in AI right now in general, and knowing the updates that we've had. So a couple things off the cuff that you know, things that were brought up inside of some of these live streams. My bad, guys. I'm just gonna quickly grab this because I did have some messages. So, all right, so sort of overview of the mission and the focus right now. So right now they've got, of course, Citadail HF is the focus on allowing investors to participate in the AI power investment opportunities that is leveraging Griffain. And then the OG token is essentially just our main ecosystem token, where if you want to get involved, you can just buy that token. Now, that having been said, the investment strategy, they do have a diverse portfolio, right? So while it's primarily focused on the AI projects, the DAO is also implementing the diversification strategy to lower risk and establish a balanced investment approach, right? So that having said, they're going to be utilizing Griffain for that part of it, right? So that's why we're waiting for, and a lot of people are speculating that that's part of the reason that we see price not much higher than what it is right now, is due to the fact that it's not connected to the DAO yet. Griffain is, they're still working out the bugs and things like that. So one big thing that's coming up, and I did get a bit of a leak on this one. I asked if I could mention it, and they said yes. So they do have marketing, which was mentioned in one of the live streams or the spaces. I do urge you guys, go check out those. I posted it inside of, I did post one of them inside of my TG here. The Jakey and
My brother.
What up? I'm all right. What about you?
Jakey and DGen here. It's
I'm
27
good,
minutes.
Chilling.
Right? This is
Yeah, dude.
this is the live stream video. It was his doxing event. So that was something we didn't have last time. The dev is doxed. Okay? He lives in New York City, and they talked about having marketing. They've already hired a major marketing company that is already started working on this project. I mean, this guy works at a financial institute. He is already part of the financial world in New York. We saw him driving his Beamer X3, or I think it was XM or something like that, driving the streets of New York, and he pulled up to the Citadel, the actual hedge fund, on Saturday, and he asked for an interview with Ken Griffin, the Ken Griffin himself. Okay, so I mean, this is as real gets, right? And him and Jakey, I remember them talking near the end of the stream that they're gonna get together and they're gonna do some meme type memery with Ken. So this is crazy stuff, guys. The other thing that I was going to mention was, let me just pull that up. So they have the marketing coming back to them on Tuesday with an entire campaign to use Ken Griffain Citadel and use it along the lines like late capitalism is using the late, like, FU boss, I'm late. Let me pull it up so it makes a little more sense to you guys. This FU boss, I'm late, right? They're using this kind of as their meme. Late DAO is doing really good too, just grinding up. So they're using that kind of as their marketing campaign, right? So they want to use Ken Griffin towards our marketing campaign. That's, look at this, right? There's the contract address, KEN, Ken Griffain, which Griffain's new hedge fund, Citadel, right? Griffain, Citadel, put two and two together. Anyways, guys, I hope that I've covered enough. I foresee this. Let's get rid of this because we got our box on there, so we don't really need that anymore. I foresee this downtrend coming to an end here soon enough. I think there were some whales trying to muscle for position, or it's possible that they've dove into the butt of Bitcoin or something like that. You know, there's so many things popping off right now. So there is a chance that people can and will get impatient if they don't see enough things happening. But this week should be fireworks. We should see a lot of new stuff come to market when it comes to Citadel, and see what they have in store for us. Definitely keep on paying attention to both my Telegram and the Citadel community Telegram. They also have a Telegram for their DAO, so you can pay attention to those, and you'll get all of the insights of what's happening, what's up and coming, and just keep on the cusp, because that's really what you want to do right now in cryptos. You want to lock in, you want to get involved. AI is popping off, so not financial advice, but this is going to be one of the projects to pay attention to as we see AI really cooking up. So anyways, guys, that's all for Andy's Crypto Talk tonight. If you have any suggestions, please throw them down in the comments. Like, I seen someone suggested that I do this type of video for NAI. I am going to work on that, but I need to do a little bit of due diligence, do a little research on that. As you know, I'm pretty deep in Citadel right now, so I have a lot of information. That's why it's easy for me to fly through this stuff. But when it comes to other projects like NAI, I do need to do a little bit more research because I'm not fully in those trenches. Anyways, we'll catch you in the next video, and peace out.